Good morning, students. This is class 9th science lesson motion. Class, in a previous classes, we have studied about distance, displacement, uniform motion, non-uniform motion, about velocity. Today, we are going to study equations of motions. Today, we are going to study equations of motions. There are three equations of motions. We'll study one by one. We'll study all the three equations one by one. Equations of motions are mathematical relations between distance traveled, that is denoted by S, time taken, that is denoted by T, initial velocity, final velocity, for bodies moving along a straight line with uniform motion, uniform acceleration, and all this. There are three equations of motion which we will derive graphically as well. There are three equations of motion which we will derive graphically as well. See, this is the first equation of motion. Just a minute. Yeah, this is the graph. This is the velocity time graph. This is the velocity time graph, and with the help of this graph, we are going to study first equation of motion, that is V is equal to U plus AT. V, that is final velocity, is equal to initial velocity plus acceleration into time. The first equation of motion is an equation connecting four parameters. In it, there are four parameters. They are initial velocity, that is U, see, this is U. Then final velocity, which is V, this is V. Then time taken, this AD and OC, which are similar, these two lines are represented by T. And acceleration, that is change in velocity, that is A. The equation can be written as, see, the equation can be written as V is equal to U plus AT. The equation can be written as V is equal to U plus AT. That is, acceleration is equal to final velocity minus initial velocity upon time taken, or A is equal to V minus U upon T. This equation of motion gives us a velocity-time relation. It gives us a velocity and time relation, so it can be used to determine the final velocity after a given time for an object moving along a straight line with uniform acceleration, if its initial velocity is known. And this equation can also be used to solve the numerical problems of retardation. See, now OA, which is OA is equal to CD, which is equal to A. See in the graph, OA is equal to CD and which is equal to A. Now, OE is equal to CB, which is equal to V. See, OE is equal to CB, which is equal to V. Then OC is equal to AD, which is equal to T. See from the graph, OC equals AD, which is equal T. Now, BC is equal to BD plus DC. See, BC, this is B and this is C. BC, we can write BC is equal to sum of BD plus DC, which is equal to, we can also say BC is equal to BD plus OA. We can also say BC is equal to BD plus OA. or but BC is equal to V and OA is equal to U. See, BC is equal to V and OA is equal to U. So by putting the value of BC, that is V, and OA, that is U, we get V is equal to BD plus U. V is equal to BD plus U, and taking BD on this side, we get BD is equal to V minus U. So there are two equations, BC is equal to BD plus OA, and the second is BD is equal to V minus O. Now, slope of the velocity time graph represents acceleration, because what is acceleration? Change in velocity upon time taken. So this is the change in velocity. This is this slope. This slope is a change in velocity, which can be calculated by, acceleration can be calculated by BD upon AD or BD upon, see the OC. BD upon AD or BD upon OC. We have one and the same thing, BD upon AD or BD upon OC. But OC is equal to time. See, OC is equal to time. So we get A is equal to BD upon T. A is equal to, acceleration is equal to BD upon T. But BD is equal to V minus U. BD is equal to V minus U. So equating all these things, V minus U is equal to AT, or V is equal to U plus AT. This is our first equation of motion, and it gives a velocity time relationship, and it can be used to determine the final velocity V after a given time for an object moving along a straight line with a uniform acceleration if its initial velocity is known. This equation can also be used to solve. We can also solve many numericals, and the numericals of retardation, negative values of acceleration also. Now we'll study about the second equation of motion. See, second equation of motion with this graph. Second equation of motion it is also an equation which is connecting four parameters, that is distance traveled, initial velocity, time taken, and acceleration. Distance traveled, initial velocity, time taken, and acceleration. And this equation can be written as S is equal to UT plus half AT square. S is equal to UT plus half AT square. This equation gives a relation between distance and time relation. It gives a relation between distance and time. Now, we'll study this equation graphically. See, as we know that the distance covered by an object, see, the distance covered by an object, is the area enclosed by the graphs. This is the distance covered by an object. The object is moving from O to A and then from B to C, and this is the distance. Area enclosed within O, A, B, C. This is the distance. Okay, this is the distance. This area is the distance covered by the graph. So we can say distance is equal to area of quadrilateral OABC. This is a quadrilateral OABC. So distance covered is the area OABC. Now, what is this OABC? It is the sum of rectangle plus sum of triangle. See in the graph, you can see over here. This OABC is the sum of this rectangle OADC and this triangle ABD. So we can say sum of rectangle plus triangle is equal to the area traveled by the object. Now, area of rectangle ADCO is length into breadth. Area of rectangle is length into breadth, you all know. See, this is the length and this is the breadth. So OA into AD, or you can say OA into OC, length into breadth, OA into OC plus area of triangle is half base into height. This is the base, AD is the base and height is BD. So half base into height, half AD into BD. OA into OC plus half AD into BD. You know OA is equal to U, OC and AD are similar, which is equal to T, and half. BD is equal to AT. So equating all these values, OA, U, OCT plus half, again AD, T and BD is equal to AT. We are putting the values of all these things, OA, U, OC, T, then half, then AD is T again, and BD is equal to AT. Using the above values in the equation, we get S is equal to UT plus half AT square. S is equal to UT plus half AT square. This is our second equation of motion which we have derived graphically. This equation of motion gives us the distance-time relationship, so it can be used to determine the distance traveled in a given time by an object moving along a straight line with uniform acceleration and a given initial velocity. Okay, this equation gives us a distance-time relation. We can calculate distance of a uniformly accelerated body with the help of this equation. We'll study the third equation of motion in our next class. Thank you and have a nice day.